welcome to Valiant Hearts, the Great War. I was originally going to save this for sometime in July, but I really didn't have anything else to play. Or at least nothing installed at the moment that I wanted to stream, so... Tonight, we get a sad... we get a game about World War I. I played just a little bit of this so I could get a feel for it, but I didn't beat the game. Fairly inspired by the events unfolding on the Western Front between 1914 and 1914.
After the assassination of Prince Franz Ferdinand of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the German Empire declares war on Russia. Because of established alliances, France is preparing for conflict. A few hours after the announcement of the general mobilization, German civilians living in France are asked to leave the country. Karl is one of them.
Saint Mihiel. Isn't that one of the battlefields of France? During World War I, I should say. Several days later.
A few days after Karl was deported, the war was hungry for more, and took away Emil as well. A heavy-hearted Emil was called up to fight and left the farm for Saint Mihiel. Like so many others, he had no idea what fate had in store for him.
August 13th. War is declared. Not July, June. Oops. 28th, 1914. Oh no, that's when he's assassinated. Okay. Heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne was assassinated in Sarajevo. As a result of the chain of diplomatic and military alliances in place, the event launched Europe into an armed conflict that with the involvement of colonies, took on a global dimension. August 1st, I can read, I swear. August 1st, Germany declares war on Russia. August 3rd, Germany declared war on France. August 4th, Britain declared war on Germany. August 14th, 11th, and 12th. I say August 14th? August 4th. August 11th and August 12th, France and Britain declared war on Austria-Hungary. Yeah, that was a... It was hell. So first to start off with Austria-Hungary declaring war on Serbia. And then Russia told to Austria-Hungary that if you declare war on them, they'll declare war on Austria-Hungary. Then Germany told Russia, if you declare war on Austria-Hungary, we'll declare war on you. And then France started declaring war on Germany, and then Britain got dragged into the middle. And then the US gets involved a year before the war ends. Ooh, target practice. Ah. That's Morning Bugle, though. How did they get a hold of Pickelhaube? Oh, I guess it is a game, huh? Okay, so left trigger, right trigger. There. Let's try that again. There we go. The barracks in the regiment. Battalions comprised of a battalion headquarters and 4 companies, a total of 1,007 men in all. Companies were composed of 4 platoons and turned divided into 4 sections, each of 12 men commanded by an NCO. Britain was slow to mobilize on the Western Front. Half of its army was overseas with a genuine fear of invasion. Infantry divisions were held in reserve in Britain and not included in the British Expeditionary Force. While conscription only came into force in 1916, voluntary enlistment was initially overwhelming with 750,000 men eager to show their patriotism. That's always how it starts out. Republic of France.
My dear Marie, we are on our way to Paris. The atmosphere here is strangely cheerful. I hope that the harvest goes well. Rely on our neighbors for help. They've always been gracious and charitable people. I'll write again as soon as I get my assignment. Please kiss my little grandson for me.
At the train depot in Paris, trying to reach his regiment at Platform 21, Emile would meet the man he would soon fight alongside. The man who would come to be his truest friend.
Throwing apples at a guy. Railways. With the outbreak of war, each country was eager to dispatch its army in situ as quickly as possible to gain the advantage. Railways were essential for mobilization and supply. By August 1914, the British realized the importance of rail in the war effort and dispatched Royal Engineers to the front to build new lines. By 1917, 40,000 enlisted railway soldiers were working for the RE in France and Flanders. Shit. I'm gonna use rolling.
Hey, quoi?
Yeah, no, your wine disappeared. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I don't want the hint system. August 12th, 1914. I started training at a military camp today. I can't help thinking of Carl, who's probably doing the same in Germany. The declaration of war has created havoc. I hope Marie and the neighbors manage to finish the harvest in time. Huh? Oh, shit. Letter from a French soldier, August 14th, 1914. Dear parents, I am all set to be mobilized to the front. We are going to take Alsace and Lorraine back from the Germans. Don't worry, I'll be home before Christmas. All my love, Marcel. Yeah, that was a crock of shit. Music. But of course, the French must have their music. Oh. You doing this? Yeah, there we go. Station master whistle. Steam trains made stations very noisy places. There were no loudspeakers and no display panels, so platform officials had to shout train information to passengers. Whistles were the best way to attract passengers' attention. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Shit, which combination was it? Is it... Nope. There we go. Trumpet? Nope. Snare. Trombone. Clarinet.
Thank you very much.
Out of there, friend.
I'm free. Well, you fool. Will you listen?
Hmm?
Good luck.
August 21st, 1914. Emil's regiment was sent to fight against the 71st German Division, led by Baron von Dorf. The general cheer of the first hours dissipated into the fear of first combat.
Ah yes, vive la France. Ah, shit. Well, there goes my no death run. Woohoo, shell shock. Oh shit. Well, shit.
Is that Emil?
Miss Marie Chillon. Private Emile Chillon, from the 150th Infantry Regiment, was wounded by enemy fire on August 21st. He has been captured by the enemy. Hopefully, you shall receive news from him soon. Freddie, originally from America, enlisted voluntarily in the French forces at the start of the war. Behind his bravery hid a man already devastated by the war's effects. A man with one sole obsession: punish those who had destroyed his life.
Cambrai.
It was at the Battle of the Marne that Freddy finally picked up the trail of the regiment commanded by Baron von Wolf.
September 7th, 1914, Marne. Americans of the French army enrolled in the poet Alan Seeger. The majority joined the Foreign Legion and took part in the Battle of the Marne. Others joined the Air Force, which later became the Lafayette Squadron. 24 gave their lives for France, including Alan Seeger. The media attention received in the United States played a divisive role in the country's decision to join the war 3 years later. It was less media attention and more Germany just started pissing us off. Well, that and also not Germany. England severed the transatlantic cable, I think it's called. I think that's what it's called, but it's basically just a way for the U.S. to communicate with countries across the Atlantic. And once they did that, it basically made it that England could paint the war in their favor and help us to join them. Because they pretty much knew the value of having us on their side, because before joining, the United States was pretty much undecided on. Officially we were neutral, but there were people who, half of the population, wanted to join Germany because of the German citizens and because of the Irish citizens who hated the British. But there are also some who felt we should join English citizens and because they were our allies. Yeah. There you go. August 12th, 1914. Pardon me. Whew. At last, I can't wait to get fighting. Maybe it'll ease some of the pain I feel inside. Ooh, before I do that, gold button from a French uniform. The French Army's horizon blue great mentioned their distinctive red trousers provide a spot by the enemy. This is why at about, I want to say 1916, the French would move to that kind of dulled sky blue. Oh shit. There we go. Charge, mes amis. Shit. Better luck next time, Jerry. Oh, duh. Ah, okay. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Battle of the Marne. Drawn up long before the war, the von Schlieffen plan aimed at swiftly overrunning France via Belgium and northern France. After the August debacle, on September 6th, French troops turned to face German troops in the decisive Battle of the Marne and prevented the capture of Paris. The battle was the first time Franco-British forces managed to halt the German advance and thwart the main German battle plan. The front retreated northwards and stabilized in December when trench warfare began in earnest. Ah, right, the idiotic von Schlieffen plan. Go through Belgium without letting them know that you want to go through Belgium to knock out France. Stellar idea, Germany. Yeah. Oh. Sorry if I found stuffy and if I'm sniffling a bunch. My nose is clogged up for some reason. HQ map. Soldiers did not have sat-nav to pick their way through the countryside. The only tools they had were a compass and an HQ map. Orienteering duties were the reserve of officers and non-commissioned officers. So, you've just been lying here, knowing full well there's a machine gun nest right above you, and you've done nothing about it. There we go. Charge! Machine guns. That kid really doesn't know what to... Hold on. That kid's got the funkiest face ever. The Great War demonstrated the technical progress of the age, symbolized by the machine gun. World War I devices could now shoot up to 200 bullets before requiring cooling, and were perfectly integrated into infantry attacks. German machine guns deployments in the front line gave them a vast superiority at the start of the conflict. It reminds me of this scene. I think the movie was War Horse. Sorry. War Horse, where the British have a cavalry attack against a German machine gun position, and the cavalry just gets cut down because, well, it's a machine gun. But it did highlight one aspect of the war, that it was old world tactics meets new world technology. Well, I guess I'm not going that way. Excuse me. Ooh. Embroidery. Household linen was precious and it was often customized with embroidered initials. Contrary to received ideas, embroidery was not an exclusively female pursuit, and many POWs embroidered during captivity. A letter from a German soldier, September 6, 1914. My dear parents, I am doing fine and the weather is good. I hope everyone is well in Bad Dürkheim? Durkheim? Our progress is swift. We shall soon be in Paris. What do you want to bring me back as what? Someone translated that wrong. Me to bring back as a souvenir. Yours, Gunther. Either that was a bad translation or someone didn't pay attention when they wrote that down. Surprise!
Thanks to support from British forces, the German plan failed. The front line moved back to the north, and with the arrival of winter, froze. Soldiers holed up amid a vast labyrinth of trenches and tunnels that would become the indelible image of the Great War.
Yeah.
Karl's regiment retreated to the outskirts of Neuve-Chapelle, the same camp where Emile was being held prisoner.
But if it's 1914, why are they showing the tape? Ja, der Schnitzel. March 10th, 1915. Really? They're not going to cover the Christmas truce? Dog wants water. 6 million prisoners of war. Holy shit. Between 1914 and 1918, over 6 million men were taken prisoner, including 1.2 million German and 200,000 British troops. Did the Germans not accept surrender, or did the British just not surrender all that often? Interesting. Despite the 1907 Hague Convention and the efforts of the International Red Cross, fuck the Red Cross, prison conditions and forced labor proved harsh for conscripts, and hundreds of thousands never made it home. Gotthard. Water, fire, and then worse.
Emil? Huh? Cow. Ah, cow. Marie, est-ce que ça va?
Dearest Papa, we live in a climate of uncertainty. Germans use the people of Saint-Mihiel as human shields against the French bombings. I hope the Germans treat you well, and that your wound has healed. Your grandson sent you kisses. I sent you a picture of him. All my love. Please write soon.
Adieu, Karl.
Letters. Letters remain the only real means of communication with the outside world. I can't read. Radios and telephones were only used for military ends. All soldiers wrote to their loved ones back home. As war correspondence was free of charge, this created logistical and financial problems. 10 billion letters and postcards were sent to and from the front during the war. The early postal system was chaotic, but then the front was then separated into sectors with each with its own postcode. Okay. The visit from the military postmaster was eagerly awaited. I would bet so. Seeing as that's their only contact with the outside world, outside of the hell that it surrounds them. Photo frame. Even though photography was not widespread, many soldiers had photos taken before setting out for war. Professional prints were developed on photo paper and applied to a hard backing to prevent tearing. Some photos were directly printed as postcards, especially group conscript photos. Hold on, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. My nose is so damn stuffy.
What? Schnuppermaß Kolga ab. Schwanderlichtlingster Plunderklump. Bullshit. What? What? What?
The British troops continued their attack on Neuve-Chapelle. Their next objective, take back Port Arthur.
Yes, sir. Come on, boys, let's go. poste. Hein? Merci, mon ami. Du Ragnar. Carl Louis Thunder. Yeah, comme this.
Amidst the never-ending attacks and counterattacks, Freddy and Emil hunted the elusive Baron and his regiment in Ypres. On April 22nd, 1915, chlorine gas was used for the first time by the Germans.
What?
Go, go, go!
What? Vas-y. Hey, what? Yeah! Come on, guys! Emil, let's go. Emil, let's go. What? Emil, hurry up! What? Oh. Hey, what? Hey, what? Help me, Emil! What? Thank you, my friend. Don't worry. Go, go, go!
Her name was Anna, a Belgian student living in Paris. She was hard on the trail of her missing father. For once, fate smiled on them. They were all going in the same direction. But while approaching Vimy, a German squadron spotted them.
Ça va aller, allez. Émile, allez!
Ah. Allez, Noël. Hey, hey. Allez. Ici. Bon chien. Hey, what? What? I didn't. C'est bien, c'est bien. What? 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 Hey. Allez, oui.
Baron von Dorf had escaped again, but Emil had still managed to find medicine for Freddy.
Thank you, my friend.
They were quickly back on the road again. Their journey would take them to Rans, where they would at last pick up the trail of the elusive Baron and his Zeppelin.
Damn it. Oh, is this one of the towns that was lost fighting for France? June 1st, 1950. Statue of Joan of Arc? Oh, shit. I also have the time to admire the sights. Okay, I did that to myself. And crazy, I thought I saw someone over here. Oh. Reims Cathedral. The city of Reims suffered during the war. September 19th, 1914, as the Germans retreated from the city, they set fire to the cathedral. Then, as the city was so close to the conflict zone, it was bombarded by zeppelins and cannon fire. During the bombardments, the statue of Joan of Arc in the front of the cathedral had lost a hand before it was dismantled and stored in the catacombs. By the end of the war, only 1,500 combatants were still living in Reims. Wait, they set fire to the cathedral? Isn't that a war crime, destroying cathedrals? So I remember there's a story. It's a really insane story. In World War II, during the Normandy landings, more specifically when the airborne were dropping behind enemy lines, these two airborne medics set up in a church. And, well, yeah, they set up in a church. Because it was basically, no one could, it was like since it was a holy place, no one could do anything there. And what makes that story amazing is they were retreating both American and German troops, and while they were retreating them, at one point, I think it was a German mortar shell goes through the roof of the church and lands in the center of it. It doesn't go off; it just lands right in the center of it. You need a lever? You guys need your daughter. You'll save him, little buddy. Found something, buddy? Oh, wrong one. Advertising brochure. While the war raged on, life continued back home, and brands still advertised their products. Naturally, soldiers were used to promote brand image and boost sales. This brochure is advertising war bonds to help the government finance the war effort. Might as well read this one. The home front. With practically all able-bodied men mobilized at the front, women, children, and the elderly were employed in factories to ensure weapons production. Women took on traditional male jobs. Some even held positions of responsibility. This new role changed their status in society, and in the wake of the war, women over 30 years old were given the vote. The Women's Institute held its first meeting in 1915 with the aim of encouraging women to become more involved in food production during the war, and the movement flourished. Can I go in here? Oh, I can. I'm coming, little one. Okay. There we go. Grab that little buddy. War Godmother Certificate. To improve morale on the front, an association was created in France in early 1915 to provide succor and support from behind the lines for soldiers without close families. The War Godmother sent letters and parcels, forming those... Oh, I can't read. Forming close relations with their godchildren away from the front. Well, that was nice of them.
Oh, merci.
Nothing is... Okay. Don't worry, sir, we're coming. Overalls. Practically all able-bodied men were mobilized to the front, but the production still had to carry on. Women took over men's roles in factories and in other traditional male positions, working for much lower salaries. Some even helped such as responsibility involved in decision-making. New World changed women's status in British society. British, French, American. Stay down there, little buddy. Oh! Oh, I'm a... For crying out loud, I'm an idiot. Here you go, little buddy.
Oh, merci.
Merci, vieux.
Safety razor. Safety razor was an early 20th century invention and shaved more safely than barber's blades. In 1917, safety razors were the standard issue in U.S. soldiers' kits, because it had been noticed that the gas mask would provide more effective protection to shaved faces. Which is why you are not allowed to wear facial hair. Or at least have a beard. Ah, no, I know how to do this. No, no, no. Okay. Did that seriously kill me? people am I missing?
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, what am I missing here?
Oui.
There we go. Oh. Active Service Paybook, a paybook belonging to a British soldier. It also contained practical details such as a last will and testament form, as well as the names and addresses of close relatives to contact in the event of death. The book also served as a regulations guide to good conduct advising men. In this new experience, you may find temptations both in wine and women. You must entirely resist both. Well, what's interesting is, I think it may have been exclusive to the French, but the French would put wine in their soldiers' ration kits. So you riled up, little guy. Scheiße. Ah. There we go. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, plane on top of it?
Aus den Gräben!
Oh, come on. Unless... Oh, I see. Ah. Well, that's not the end, is it? Oh, no. Ah, okay. Nine months earlier.
Anna was training to be a veterinarian when the war broke out. The Germans were only 20 miles from Paris when she received a letter from her father. He was in good health, but implored her not to return home to Belgium until the war's end. Patience, however, was not one of Anna's strong suits.
September 6th, 1914. Oh, I can do with any... Okay. That works. Inkwell. Ballpoint pens were not developed until the 1950s to 1950 to 1960, so soldiers used a quill or a nib to write letters. Ink was poured into an inkwell into which, in order to provide enough ink, the quill or nib had to be dipped regularly. There we go. Oop, wrong one. Letter from a Belgian civilian in Paris. Dear parents, we have fled our land before the German advance to take shelter in France with the children. Unfortunately, the Germans kept coming forward, and Paris is practically under siege. If Paris falls, we shall return to your home, Liege. Your dear daughter, Mathilde. Germans at the gate. In September 1914, the German advance took them to within 20 miles of Paris. The government had already fled to Bordeaux and was expecting Paris to fall. In the north, most of Belgium was occupied, but under the king's command, 75,000 soldiers kept Ypres and Yser out of German hands. And then they would get even closer during the spring offensive. Taxi de Marne. September 6th and 7th, 1914, General Gallieni requested 630 Parisian taxis to transport troops rapidly to the Marne. While relatively few soldiers were actually transported, 4,000 in all, 3% of the total number of men deployed in battle, the impact of the public was huge. The event became a symbol of solidarity for the nation, and the Marne counterattack saved Paris from German occupation. Oh. And I need to go use the bathroom. I'll be back in just a moment. Whew, and I am back. Taxis to the Marne. Parisian taxis are requisitioned. Broken watch strap. A watch strap broken by a motor crank handle. Huh? Okay. Before battery ignition was developed, motor cars were started by cranking a handle. As the engine sparked into life, the operator had to let go of the handle smartly, because the crank handle, now propelled by the engine, could cause a nasty accident. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? Ooh, maybe this one. Pardon, mademoiselle, can I have that glass bottle, please?
Allez, courage. Voilà, c'est bien.
Thank you. Wait, did I ask please properly, or did I say thank you? Radiator's fixed. Oh. Oh. How did I notice the tire was missing? Onward, boys! Ils ne passons pas! Probably not even pronouncing half the shit I say right. Now's not the time for a leisurely whatever the hell it is you're doing. In case you haven't noticed, I have some passengers, assholes. Oh, shit. Oh, thank gosh.
September 7th, 1914. Taxis drove all night. Anna was proud to help the soldiers reach the front line. When Anna arrived at her destination, she discovered the horrible truth with her own eyes.
War is hell. These are the lives that we've been sold. September 7th, Marne. Not the horse. I think I brought this up one time, but apparently, horses, if they were more thoroughbred, they had a higher chance of getting shell shock. Ah. Ah.
7 months went by. Driven by compassion, Anna
1
devoted
million
herself,
lost.
body and soul, to healing the wounded and the sick. Every life saved was another small victory over the war. The conflict, however...
Do they just not want to give everyone steel helmets? Shrapnel shell remnants. A shell containing lead bullets. Depending on its settings, the shell might explode on contact with the ground, send its contents flying, or into the air for even more destructive results. The Hecatomb? The first 3 months of the war saw especially heavy losses. August 22nd, 1914 was the bloodiest day of the whole war. With heavy casualties, the numbers of wounded were far greater than had been anticipated, and the military services struggled to cope with the scale of the conflict. Nurses were the angels of the Great War, and were generally volunteers recruited by the Red Cross. Fuck the Red Cross. The Army, or the American ambulances... Wait, what? Or American ambulances to work long, grueling shifts in hospitals, both at the front and behind the lines. They played a role of carers, mothers, and confidants. They often feature in soldiers' memoirs, and were sometimes their sole companion in death. The majority were demobilized at the end of hostilities. Ypres, Belgium. Where are the stretchers? September 7th, 1914. The situation is horrific here. Yesterday I was in my warm, cozy apartment, and now I'm in the depths of hell. There are so many dead. So many young lives lost. I managed to save one soldier this morning, but there are so many others to tend to. Tomorrow I'll try to get closer to the front so I can help those most in need. I hate to be a spoil sport, but if you think this is hell, or I guess I should say this, right now is going to be paradise compared to what's to come. An amputation? On the upside, you're probably going to go home, dude. Socks. Tallow socks. Socks soaked in refined tallow and coated with formol, the most effective way to beat the cold and damp, frostbite, and other ailments. That at least was what the adverts had people believe. However effective these socks were, the soldier's best friend was always a nice dry pair. Especially because of trench foot. Not yet, Jeremy. Water. Okay. Oh. Letter from a Prussian soldier. What's the difference between a Prussian and a German? My dear 6th of September, 1914. My dear daughter, we are making headway through the French countryside. The landscape is beautiful. I'd much rather be enjoying it with you than killing people. I think of you all the time. Your father, Wolfgang. Does anyone have a pipe? Need a cross. Oh. Let me figure out how to fill this water canister first, or water glass first. Mess tin with holes. Both dishes of this. Wait, what? Both dishes of this mess tin have holes in them. Not hugely partial for eating, perhaps, but life-saving for one soldier. The mess tin bag was worn at kidney height. When the shell exploded, this mess tin slowed down the searing hot shrapnel in flight, which, although it wounded the soldier, helped him live another day. Mess tins were blackened using smoke to prevent them glinting in the sunlight. Now, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly in oh! Supposedly, the reason why steel helmets started becoming prevalent was because supposedly a French soldier put his soup tin on his head and it protected him from some shrapnel. I don't know how true that is. I don't think anyone knows how true that is. Because especially considering that a tin would not be able to save you from something I need from here. Lice comb. In their journals, soldiers often recount their losing war against lice and rats in the trenches. Apart from lice powder, the only other prevention against lice was this fine-toothed metal comb. Often, when soldiers took leave behind the lines, they were scrubbed down with hot water, their clothing boiled, or a new uniform issued. It's fucking horrible. Maybe I can do something with this shovel. Maybe something down here. I need an axe. I must ask a question. Oh. Okay, then his just might be as simple as. Oh, okay. That was just the background poking through one of the holes. What am I missing? Next hint in 1 minute. Alright. With how shitty... here's something here's a disgusting fact. With how bad the conditions were in the trenches... Nurse's Manual. War effort suddenly required a larger medical corps and and there were not enough qualified personnel. I apologize. So manuals were published and distributed to help volunteers train. The manuals provided a whole host of practical solutions to logistical and medical problems at the front, such as how to make a splint or stretcher using rifles and their straps. Huh. Oh, okay, I see. I need the scarf. But where do I find the axe head? Thank you, Jeremy, for giving me something I don't need. No. What am I missing? Nope. Another hint. You're not helping me here, Jeremy. I know what I need to do, but I need to find the axe head. Can't go deeper that way. There's nothing I can do here. One problem I have with these games, it takes forever to find the solution. Well, not forever, but it can take a while to find the solution. Anything I might have missed down here? Nope. Alright. Oh my gosh. Could I be any more smooth? Could I have any smoother of a brain? Jesus fuck. Timber. This is gonna suck, dude. I hope you have some whiskey.
You've been hit
Holy shit, someone's still alive? Probably shouldn't be pulling out whatever's inside of him. Ah! Shit. Shit, what was your welcome?
The French officers were talking about Belgium. The German army was about to experiment with a new weapon near Ypres, Anna's hometown. Anna got en route to warn her father about the imminent danger. Reaching the outskirts of the city, Anna was greeted by the
Oh shit, are we gonna see the Battle of the Somme?
The deadly gas was already here.
Ypres, a town in ruins. Dubbed Wipers by British troops due to the difficult pronunciation. The Belgian town of Ypres was a key strategic position during the war, a hub for road, rail, and canal networks. It became the target for sustained bombing from 1914 Okay, they wrote that weird. In 1915, the Germans even used chemical warfare on the town. By the end of the war, the majestic cathedral and town center were nothing but ruins. I would not be surprised. Or I'm not surprised. Technology at work. In the wake of the technological advances of the early 20th century, the vast scope of industrialized war brought developments in all fields. Aircrafts, submarines, dirigibles, and tanks. Great progress was made in the fields of medicine, surgery, medical hygiene, and radiology, thanks to Marie Curie's work, who took thousands of X-rays of the wounded, and then would die due to exposure of, what was it, cesium? Wooden top. Wooden top with the stream, a common toy of the age. During the war, toys gradually became more war-based. Through board games, children could fight out famous battles, while other items ridiculed the enemy. After the war, toys and games became more pacifist once more. Figures. Sorry, that was just... Sorry, that... Hello? What the hell? Okay, let me try reloading the save.
Anna got en route to warn her father about the imminent danger. Reaching the outskirts of the city, Anna was greeted by the screams of sirens.
Shit. Oh well. I didn't lose that much progress. April 22nd, 1950. Letter from a Scottish soldier. 19th of April, 1915. Hello, pal. I'm in the town of Ypres in Belgium. It's a pretty wee town that must have been a draw before the war. The beer too in bad. I much rather be down in ale with you though, boy. I'm off to the front in 2 days. Take care of yourself and say how do you do to the family. John McCormick.
Merci. Oh.
There. Is that a mask on her face? Uh-oh. That works. Depending on how long you're exposed to that dude, I don't like your odds here.
Merci beaucoup.
Broken walking stick. The knob is all that remains of this walking stick. The stick has been carefully sculpted, a souvenir of the trenches. Unfortunately, a broken walking stick is of no use to anyone. Oh shit. There we go. Bedpan. Latrines were generally housed outside of the yard in homes of all social classes. Wait. So during the night, yeah, they're of all social classes. So during the night, bedpans were used. In well-to-do households, servants were charged with emptying the pans. Ew. I mean, I guess it's no different than bedpans in hospitals nowadays. Okay, so I'm not on a time limit. Alright. Okay. There's gotta be something I'm missing. Ah! Nope. Wait. 116. 14. Four, 6, 8. Two chlorine, 2 water equals 4 Cl2. Oh, is chlorine not stable on its own? I never took chemistry, so the formula is the description of what happens to soldiers' lungs when they inhale the chlorine gas. Chlorine reacts with the water in the lungs to produce hydrochloric acid, creating horrendous burns. Unfortunate fact of World War II. Years of World War One, I mean. Adolf Hitler, he served in World War One. He almost died to a gas attack. Can I not save? How? What am I supposed to do? I see. Okay.
Va mieux. Voilà, viens. Allez, courage. Voilà. Allez. Courage, Nibo.
The governess revealed to her that her father, an eminent scientist, had been kidnapped by Baron von Dorf, who was eager to use scientific advances in warfare. Anna set out in pursuit of the Baron.
And that's where she came
encountered
across.
Emilia
Okay.
and Freddy. Destiny brought them together. They had survived the enemy's wrath. Their gunfire, bombardments, gas attacks. Now, with her father within reach, Anna wasn't going to let him slip away.
June 15th, 1915. Life and death of the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin was effective at the start of the war, and in 1915, London suffered over 50 Zeppelin raids before the Royal Naval Air Service intervened. You don't just have a Royal Air Service? That's why I like. This is why I like it the way we name our stuff better. It's easy, just U.S. Air Force, U.S. Army, U.S. Marines, U.S. Navy. Anyway, the craft's weak spot was obviously its hydrogen-fueled balloon. Hydrogen is lighter than air, hence its value to aviation. However, it is also highly flammable, and the slightest spark sent the craft plummeting spectacularly groundward in a ball of flames. Of the 92 craft used during the war, 68 were destroyed. That's insane. Official disfiguration. By 1918, there were 20 million war wounded, all countries included. Roughly 70% of injuries came from shrapnel and only 1% from bayonets. Really? Huh. Facial injuries could result in having a jaw, nose, or eyes removed, but progress in surgery saved and patched up many victims of facial disfigurement and amputation, of which there were 200,000 post-war. I remember, I think our teacher in in high school showed us a documentary where they made these artificial face masks out of clay. So say with this person they could at least make it look like they still have a nose or something. I don't think they had Surrettes. Don't be removing the bullet.
Danke.
Ik weet de Aster dabei.
Oh. Aha! Don't worry, buddy. What are you doing? You're not gonna pet the dog? Letter from a soldier, Reims, 14th of June, 1915. Dear Emma, we are on the retreat. Our position is untenable. Don't worry, I'm still in good health. We are going to leave Reims to the enemy. Reims is a beautiful city. I hope all is well at home and you are taking good care of our parents. I hope the prisoners are working properly for you. See you soon, Siegfried. Broken pistol. A broken P08 Luger designed for German artillerymen. The P means parabellum, which refers to its 9mm ammunition. The word parabellum comes from the Latin sic vis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, get ready for war. Technically, if you wish for peace, prepare for war. But I don't think that would have... I mean, yes, artillerymen would have had this, but this isn't the P08 artillery. That's just this is just a standard officer's handgun. That's... okay.
Oui, bon chien.
Dart. These darts were dropped onto trenches from zeppelins or aircraft. Due to the velocity on impact, their heavy tips were capable of piercing through anything between them and the ground, including helmets and soldiers' skulls. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, I see. Okay, so I must need to hit the artillery shell. I don't need your help right now, Jeremy. Get him. Good dog.
Courage. Allez. Courage, Nebo. Voilà. Voilà. Allez, courage. Ça va mieux?
I hope it doesn't get too fancy with the buttons.
Voilà. Voilà. Allez, courage. Papa!
Il est en vie. Il est avec le général. Grave. Calme.
Car, tiens bon.
Well, shit. We're coming, Anna. Come on, little buddy.
Ouais. Allez. Oh.
Aha.
Oh, go. Get out. Hey, whoa.
Alright, go over and help him, little buddy. Oh. Nope. Dog. Dog, get back here. Get back here, little buddy.
What? Hey, what? Oh, yeah. That's my boy. Whoa.
Oh, okay. Let's try... Shit.
Whoa. Shoot. What? Allez. Oh, good boy.
God damn it.
Whoa. Go. Get out. What? Allez, vas-y. What? Whoa. Keep it up. Yeah.
There we go.
Whoa. Get away, boy. Hey,
I'll hold on to that dynamite. You never know when something might need to be thrown.
Bon chien. Merci, mon ami.
Okay, so... Oh, shit. Ah, okay, I see. This is going to be a challenging one. Damn it. There we go.
Ça va aller, allez. Émile?
Well, shit.
Victory had a bittersweet taste for Anna. Karl, seriously wounded, had been sent to a POW camp. Anna's father had disappeared with Baron von Dorf, and Emil was court-martialed for desertion. Cited for his bravery in Reims, Emil was fortunately pardoned and set free. Free to go back to the front. February 21st, 1916. Winter had descended on the front. After joining back up with the army, Emil and Freddy were stationed near Verdun, suffering like many others from the harsh winter. That morning, the arrival of the mail raised spirits, but Marie's letter did not bring good news. In Saint Mihiel, food was scarce, disease was rife, and the number of dead was growing. Out of this grim news, however, there was one ray of light. A photo of his grandson, Victor, standing on both feet and learning to walk.
Don't worry, Fred.
Quill plus ink. Got something, buddy? Let's see, it said February 16th. Oh, so in a few more weeks, he's gonna be fighting for his fucking life. Tobacco case. Made from a shell casing. Empty munitions were often recycled. Some exploded shell materials were already aesthetically interesting. Otherwise, soldiers would rework their finds to create handy items. Tobacco was precious, so soldiers were eager to keep it dry. Many accounts from the trenches express soldiers' appreciation of the Christmas cigar, a special festive treat for the troops. Don't mention the fresh socks for ink. Okay. June 15th, 1915. I've never been able to thank Anna enough for saving Karl after the Zeppelin clash. Knowing that he's no longer on the front and that he's a POW has put my mind at rest. I'm so relieved he's safe from harm. I hope Marie is doing okay in St. Mihiel, despite the German occupation. Oh. April 22nd, 1915. Carl is alive. I caught sight of him flying in a Zeppelin heading south. We're looking for him again tomorrow with Anna and Freddy. September 7th, 1914. I missed them by a whisker. It won't happen again. My younger brother's letter was sweet. It gave me a real boost. It's good he's back in the States, miles away from this nightmare. That kid has a knack for getting himself into trouble. March 10th, 1915. On the march to Belgium, where this damned regiment is stationed... I'm not alone, at least. I met a funny old French farmer guy, Emile. Doesn't say much, but if I understood right, his son-in-law's German. How crazy is that? Not a day goes by that I don't dream of you. April 22nd, 1915. Those freaking shells nearly did it for me. There's no way I'm giving up so close to my goal. Apparently their leader's called Von Dorf. I'm going to get him. Everybody else are just pawns in this game to me. In his game to me. Huh? June 15th, 1915. How much luck can a guy have? There's this huge cathedral here. Makes me think of you. They sent me back to the army. It's not going to make my search any easier. August 1st, 1914. The bells all over Paris started chiming at 4 p.m. this afternoon. It was eerie. Somebody in the street told me it was for the troop mobilization in case Germany declares war. I'll write father and find out what's going on in Belgium. September 7th, 1914. The situation is horrific here. Yesterday I was in my warm, cozy apartment. Oh, I already read that. March 10th, 1915. Another endless day. For every life saved, there are so many lost. Those poor young men. Mutilated, disfigured for life. I cannot abandon them, even if all I can do is hold their hands as they slip away. That's why, medical dogs were also, used. April 22nd, 1950. Sorry. Father has been captured by a German regiment and taken away in a Zeppelin. He who's so scared of heights. They probably know about his research. Please, Father, don't try to be a hero. Work for them. Wait, what? There's a messy punctuation in this. I don't want to lose you. I'm on his trail, and these two soldiers I met are after the Zeppelin as well. June 15th, 1915. I was so frightened when I saw the Zeppelin crash today. Fortunately, Father wasn't on board because the Baron had already taken him away by aircraft. I managed to save Emile's son-in-law before they sent him to a POW camp. His legs were in a critical state. I'll be going with him to make sure he's alright. August 1st, 1914. It feels strange to return to Germany. At least Emile can take care of Marie and Victor. Things should calm down in the months to come. It's all so meaningless. If only. Emile, there, right in front of me, sprawling on the ground. Why did his regiment have to come up against mine? I hope he pulls through. He's one tough cookie. I must find out what POW camp he's been taken to. March 10th, 1915. At last, I found Emile, just moments before the shells started flying. I hope he's managed to dodge the bombs. The letter he showed me filled my heart with joy. Marie is well, and Victor is growing up. That's all that matters. April 22nd, 1915. This morning in Ypres, Von Dorf made us capture some scientists. The army is interested in his work, and apparently he'll help Germany win the war. He seems like a nice fellow, but it's hard to find out anything else about him. Von Dorf is keeping him closely guarded. Not a day goes by that I don't think about Marie and little Victor. I haven't seen them for 8 months now. I miss them so much. August 12th, 1914. After Carl, it's Daddy's turn to leave. Why do they have to call him up? Wasn't it enough to expel my dear sweet love from these lands? Why do they have to put Daddy in uniform? He's too old to fight, and now they've left me all alone with the harvest on the way and Victor to take care of. The hell went on with my phone? Sorry, give me a moment. Okay. Harvest on the way and Victor to take care of. August 24th, 1914. That letter gave me such a fright. Poor Daddy. He's been wounded and taken prisoner by the Germans. I don't know if he's seriously injured, and if he's going to be able to oh my gosh. Well taken care of. I've been told prisoners are allowed to receive letters. I shall write to him tomorrow. September 25th, 1914. Today the Germans invaded Saint Mihiel. Fortunately, the troops spared the farm. I took shelter in a cellar with Victor. Now what's going to happen? June 21st, 1915. As he grows, Victor reminds me more and more of Carl. Not a day goes by without me thinking of him. The Germans are requisitioning all our crops. There must be food shortages in Germany. I managed to hide some for next winter. I can't wait for this stupid war to end. You've got another 2 to go. Wait, no, sorry, you got another 3 to go. Years. Feeding soldiers on the front. Supplying millions of men at the front with enough food was a logistical nightmare. The diet was mainly composed of bread, rice, soup, and sometimes meat and dried vegetables. Sorry. Food parcels from home were ambrosia for the troops. British soldiers had a ration of a pint of wine. Huh? How do you drink a pint of wine? Oh my gosh, a pint of wine. And a third of a pint of rum every day. One of soldiers' fatigue duties was to go behind the lines with containers to fetch their company's rations. Sometimes food did not reach the front line, and infantrymen could go without food and drink for several days. Yeah. "18 months later. In over 18 months of combat, the front barely moved, as each side dug in and tried to claw back enemies' positions. The war of attrition turned 1915 into the bloodiest year, and civilians became hugely affected too. By late 1915, shortfalls in human and food resources began to make themselves felt. Ammunition shortages were especially problematic. Really? I didn't know about ammunition shortages. Barbed wire. Invented in 1874, barbed wire was already a common feature of trench protection in battle, but with the Great War's onus on trench warfare, it became widespread. Thousands of tons were deposited into no man's land. Both sides sought tools and strategies to overcome barbed wire, such as grappling irons and wire cutters. Intensive bombardment was deemed to be the most effective method, and the tactic became widespread. Dead soldiers putrefying on barbed wire remains one of the enduring images of the war, a powerful symbol of its violence. In fact, I think that's a pretty common image if you look it up, like the soldier laying down on the barbed wire. Verdun. Triggered by the Germans at dawn on February 21st in the aim of penetrating Allied lines, the battle eventually lasted 300 days. Some key positions changed hands several times before the French finally prevailed. The battle produced the highest concentration of casualties, with 600,000 killed over 61 square miles, i.e., 1 death for every 311 square yards. And it was horrible for anyone who fought. Military doctrines. Decorations. Britain had 6 war medals, the most issued of which were the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, the 1914 to 1915 Star, and the 1914 Star. 6.6 million British War Medals were issued, 5.7 million Victory Medals, 2 million 1914 to 1915 Stars, and 365,000 1914 Stars. A combination of the Star, Victory, and War Medal was fairly commonplace. Over 2.5 million trios were issued, and earned the nickname Pip, Squeak, and Wilfred, after the popular cartoon characters in the Daily Mirror, a dog, a penguin, and a rabbit, respectively. Can I not? Yeah. Okay, I need some breadcrumbs.
Pas de brignol potol, bigorno. Merci. Allez, oui.
Come on.
What?
Ah, I see. Probably not the best idea to be using a pigeon feather. There's a reason they're called sky rats. Alright, I'll take a hint. Oh! Okay, I just need to find where that ladder is. Card game. Days in the trenches were long, and to overcome their boredom, soldiers would play cards, read, write, and create objects from materials they found. The Germans played scat. The French, Manili, and the Allies brag or pontoon, amongst others. No idea what any of those games are. Okay, so now I take it to... Not sure he wants this sock. Did you find something? No, I'm just crazy. What does it matter? It's just a fucking sock. We're in horrible conditions. We're getting rained on by shells on the daily. At any point, a sniper could decide to pop up to take one of us out, and you're worried about sock being in dishwater. Okay, now I think I need to figure out how to dry it off. Otherwise, this guy's gonna get trench foot.
What? What?
Thank you, sir.
My dearest daughter, I heard from Carl.
If he's French, why does he have a British
His
accent?
condition is stable.
It's Captain Picard all over again.
He is still in the prisoner camp south of Reims. I hope to finally get permission to visit him. Thank you for the photo. It means so much to me.
Whoops. And the battle has begun. Nowhere to run, father and son fall one by one. Brazier. A helmet with holes in it, filled with coal and wood and used as a brazier. Oh, okay. The item would have afforded some protection from the cold. Although helmets were made of metal, they only offered scant protection from bullets. Although helmets were made from metal, they only offered scant protection from bullets. Yeah, it was mostly to deflect... Not deflect, but to protect your head from debris and artillery. Oops. Oh, Oh, shit. Why did you put your explosive storage down here? Oh, what? Grab it. What am I supposed to do? Okay, once I get to a point where I can... Oh, for... I'm gonna try one more time. If I fail again, I'll just end the video here, or stream here. I do need to end this soon. Pretty much all we can do is just hunker down and hope the trench doesn't collapse. Alright. Well, I think that'll be it for this episode. I have no idea how long this game is. I played a little bit on my own, but that was just for the first few missions in Chapter 1. I'll put a little more time in between this, because I think it's... I'm gonna have to look up how long it is, but... Depending on how long it is, I'll either do one next week, or I will wait until July or something to do another episode. Or I guess it's fitting, because I believe this month is Memorial, at least here in the United States, it's Memorial Day. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you watched this while I was live, I appreciate you stopping on by. If you're watching this after the fact, I also appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the more historical stuff of this, and I hope you don't mind me interjecting with my own historical stuff. It's just... I think it's right after... Can't say when exactly. I want to say maybe after Battlefield 1 was released. I didn't get super into World War I. I couldn't give you every single detail, but I did get into it to learn about some of its history, so that's where I learned some of the stuff I've been talking about. So I certainly hope you don't mind me spewing my sharing my knowledge. Alright, I don't really have anything else to say, so... And since this is how I end all my streams, as always, I hope you enjoyed.